Rise up, warrior. How's it going, my friends? It's Dr. Westy. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing great by the grace of God, and it's actually past midnight right now. I didn't get a chance to do this YouTube live earlier, so I'm doing it now. So if you watch this as a recording, then that's all the better. And if you're here live, hello. I don't have my hair up today like I usually do because I just showered, came back from the gym. It's been a good Sunday. But I just wanted to do a quick video today about how to feel better because this has to do with mental health as much as it has to do with physical health, because I just saw an ad, actually a post on Facebook about Robin Williams and how they were talking about how much he was suffering on the inside, which led him to commit suicide, and how that he basically, it was honoring him. And Robin Williams passing away is such a huge tragedy for not just the nation, for the world. Everyone around the world loved him because he had touched he had touched everyone's lives and hearts, and he had added so much joy to their lives, you know? And so it's really ironic to see that someone who can make others so happy was suffering so much on the inside. And what this article said, it was something along the lines of, he had tried so hard to stay strong for so long, right? And I have so much empathy for what he went through and the emotions he was going through. When I found out that he had passed away, I was brought to tears, and I still have so much empathy for what he was going through and for anyone who's depressed goes through or who's suicidal goes through, because I've had my lows in life too, my moments in life, and I'm sure all of you can relate too. And here's the thing though, I didn't agree with the statement of he chose to stay so strong for so long for other people. Totally disagree with that being a reason for why he committed suicide. That may be no one can say what he was thinking or why he committed suicide. And so may his soul rest in peace, may he get the highest status in heaven in the afterlife. I really truly wish that for him. Aside from him though, just in general, it got me thinking about what I teach a lot of my clients and students, and what I've been practicing myself in my own life, is that the only way that you can feel better is by changing your thoughts. That's it. That's the only way you're going to feel better. So many of us, I think all of us, are programmed to think that your feelings are based outside of things that are outside of you. They're based on your circumstances. They're based on what's going on outside of you, right? And so, for example, for people who want to lose weight, for people who believe they're too fat or overweight, right? It's your external body and what's outside of you, the way people see you, the way you perceive that people see you and your body. That puts people through so much internal suffering and misery. The thoughts, the negative thoughts that they create about themselves, their body image, and who they are to society and how society sees them, right? Or people who want to be in a relationship, who are single, who are dying to meet their soulmate or their dream woman or their dream man, and these thoughts that they're creating about that, right? Or money issues, right? Financial issues, wealth issues, these thoughts that you have about your finances, or stresses about paying bills, and not being where you want to be financially. Health, wealth, and relationships relationships are the three main areas where a lot of people really struggle. And the three main things that a lot of people are kind of constantly chasing after and improving after, and you should, because they're important things, right? Not more important than God, not more important than you, not important than the reason why you're here, but they're important things. And so it's so easy to have negative thoughts based on what's outside of us, based on our circumstances, and based on our past. So many people think, well, I'm justified to feel bad about this because look at my life. Look what I'm going through. Look what's going on. Look at my circumstance. I don't have all the money I want. I don't have the relationship I want. I don't have the body I want. And they use that as a reason to feel bad. So the biggest thing that I've learned from the institution of life coaching, and that I credit my mentor Brooke Castillo for so much as well, which she calls the model, is that your thoughts are what create your feelings. Then your feelings are what drive your actions, and your actions are what produce your results. So your circumstances have nothing to do with the thoughts that you're going to create, right? You can have a really negative circumstance and still create a positive thought. And I've talked a lot about this in other videos that I've done in the past. But what it comes down to is that you can be in any circumstance, you can be going through anything in life right now, right? but you have the full control to choose the thought you want, and that'll change the feeling you have instantly, right? I've been practicing this myself on and off for the past few years, and I've been practicing it a lot the last year, and it's really shifted the way that I've been able to create results in my life. Because remember, the thoughts will create the feelings will drive the actions will create the results. So it's really transformed all the amazing results I've created in my life. Now, my life's not perfect, because I also believe that a lot of life will have negative emotion, right? It's 50-50. Like, this life isn't paradise. It's essentially a test, right? That's what I believe on a spiritual level. And it makes sense because, 50% of the time, like my mentor says, life is going to be awesome. And 50% of the time, it's going to suck. But just because it sucks or negative emotion comes up doesn't mean that we have to react to it negatively. Doesn't mean that we have to choose to feel bad or stay in that negative place if we know how to manage our mind, right? If you know how to manage your mind, then you're able to change your thoughts to feel however you want to feel. So in this moment, if you want to feel joy, if you want to feel ecstasy, if you want to feel excitement, you just think about something that makes you feel that way, right? And I know it's easier said than done. That's what a lot of people will say. Well, that's easier said than done. But you really do have to practice doing this. And the more and more you practice, like I've been doing, the better and better it gets. I mean, the better you get at it, and the easier and easier it gets also, right? I practice this a lot, with all areas of my life. And the more and more I practice it, the more and more I'm able to feel the way I want to feel deliberately. And then that truly shifts the actions I take from those feelings, and then eventually the results that I get from those feelings, right? I think one of the biggest things also that I've learned that I'm going to include right here is that so many of us, including myself for the longest time, we're afraid to face negative emotion. We're just so afraid of it, as if feeling a negative emotion is going to kill us, right? But when you realize that it's just an emotion, it's just a feeling, and it's going to pass, it's fleeting like everything else in life, then you're able to accept it. You're able to feel, like, a feeling is described by a lot of people as a vibration in your body. Like, you can actually literally feel it on a physical level, right? And so instead of resisting it and fighting it, what I found to be true, and that really works well, is to just let it kind of go through you and let it pass, right? And the easiest and fastest way for you to do that is to change your thought that you're having in that moment, and that will really change the vibration, the feeling that you're experiencing in that moment, right? But I think also, like I said, if you truly know that if I'm gonna have a negative emotion or feeling that comes up, it's okay. I'm not gonna die from it. Am I gonna die from this feeling? And if the answer is no, which it will always be, because you can never die from a feeling, then that's totally liberating. You have complete freedom at that point, right? When I started practicing this, it was very liberating for me, because anytime a negative emotion would come up, or even if it comes up now, there were negative emotions that came up today, instantly, before I let things get too out of hand or like went into this negative spiral, I had to just remind myself, wait a minute, like, what's your end result here? What's the end result that you want? And so based on that, you need to backtrack that. If this is the end result I want, then I need to, look at my actions, the feelings, and then the thoughts. You can always trace your result back to your thoughts. If I want a good result, or let's say I just want to have a good feeling, then I just need to change my thought, right? And so it all comes down to our thoughts, and I think that we need to, that's step number one. Step number two is realizing that it's okay to feel negative emotions. You're going to face negative emotions in life, and it's okay. I think as a society, somehow we're being brainwashed and programmed to think that you're always supposed to be happy, because everyone on social media is always happy. So why am I not always happy, right? And it's a huge problem to believe and think that you're always supposed to be happy. I'm not saying you're always supposed to be depressed or feel negative either, right? But when you do, it's okay for you to feel that way. It's okay for you to experience negative emotion and to not have to fight it or react or resist it. It's okay for you to accept it, let it pass through you, like I said, and then change your thought to create a different feeling. And from that place of complete responsibility and strength and abundance, you're able to create the feelings that you want to generate, right? So it's a really, really amazing and liberating and freeing process when you actually start practicing how to manage your mind, and you take full responsibility of the feelings you have, because you know that they're all coming from your thoughts. this is a mind-blowing concept for me and for a lot of people, because when you truly realize, like, wait a minute, all these years of my life, or even now, all the feelings I've been feeling, they've really been generated by me. They've been generated by my mind, and I can control my mind, right? Like, there's our brain, and there's like our higher self, like who we are. We have the ability to manage that mind. We have the ability to tell that mind where to go and what to think. And it can be challenging if you've had a lot of past thought patterns that have been the same over and over and over again for several years. It can be a little more tough to change those thought patterns, but it's not impossible. It's just going to require more daily practice of you choosing to think different thoughts and then believing in those thoughts until they actually become part of your new thought patterns, part of your second nature patterns, right? That you just believe, that are just there in your mind. And then those new thoughts will drive the feelings you want to feel, the actions you take from those feelings, and the results that you're going to get in life, right? So I think it's, I personally think this should be taught in every school all around the world, because it really is life-changing. And I truly believe that in the society and age we live in now, where a lot of basic needs for a lot of the world are taken care of, right? Like, we're not all out in the cave starving, and we're not fighting lions, and a lot of our basic necessities are covered, right? Shelter, food, water, right? And so now, since we've evolved as a human race, we basically have gotten into overpleasure from all sorts of different sources, and wanting to fill emotional voids with overpleasure. For a lot of us, that's food. For other people, that's things like alcohol, it's porn, it's drugs, it's overworking, it's there's so many different examples I can give of how people are buffering their feelings and emotions with trying to overdo something, or live in these false pleasures that are not going to be long lasting or give them long-term well-being, right? And so as a society, we've moved from just trying to survive to really thrive. And so because we have so much more time now where we don't have to worry about how are we going to survive, it's so much easier for our brain to go to negative places. It's so much easier for our brain to go to places where, you're not just thinking about how am I going to get enough food today for me and my family. When your brain already has that part covered, it's going to want to go to much more negative places. And if you don't take full control of your mind and your thoughts right now, and realize that you have the ability to change your thoughts, which will change how you feel, then things are going to get harder and harder and harder for you. And when I saw that article about Robin Williams come up, I was compelled to just do this quick video today, because so many of us are living our lives thinking that the way we feel is because of something or someone outside of us. And you have to stop doing that. The moment you take full responsibility for how you feel based on how you're thinking, and knowing that you have the choice to change your thoughts in any moment, that's the day where your entire life will transform. And it's not going to be an overnight change. You're not just going to wake up one morning and be this amazing, happy, positive person all the time. But once you realize this, things will get easier and easier and easier. You'll take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you'll continuously be moving and progressing forward to a much more fulfilled life with much more long-term well-being. So, on that note, my friends, I hope this message resonated with you. I hope it made sense. If it did, please comment below and let me know what you thought of this video. Like I always say in all my videos, I got nothing but love for you. And remember that I'm always here for you, always, always, to never forget that. I will do more videos, of course, about weight loss and the 50 pounds that I lost. But, hey, Seima, how's it going? Yes. Thanks for commenting. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment below. And if you have any other video topics you guys like me to do, then please comment below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, Seima. Good luck with the study and keep it up. Proud of you. All right, guys, have a great night. Lots